Hello, welcome to Steve McDonald's Art and Craft channel. As you know, I got a airbrush a few days ago, and now I'm going to have a little go at using it. So that's the noise you can hear in the background, is the little compressor. It does blow out quite a good stream of air, so I'm quite pleased with that. So I'm going to start with a nice big puddle of 99% alcohol here, and I'm going to put a couple of drops of Senorita Magenta in the middle of it, and then I'm going to just blow it around and see what happens. Yeah, it does blow it around quite well. I'm impressed with that. It's a lot easier than using a can of air or a straw. And you can go from the outside and blow it in, or you can go from the inside, blow it out. And as you can see, where it's drying, when it drops, it gives quite a nice pattern. So I have got quite a lot of splashes, so you can either leave those, I quite like those, or you can just push some ink over it, or put some alcohol over it, and just play around with it. Yeah, I'm quite liking that. And as you can see with this Senorita Magenta, it does dry a very different colour than it goes on the page with. So let's quickly dry that. And that's what it looks like dry. And I'm quite sure that would actually make a very nice background for a card or anything else that you wanted to make with it. You could stamp over the top of that, and there we go. Great, I really like that. So following on from the magenta one, I'm now going to use magenta again, but instead of trying to keep the pattern all in the middle, I'm going to have a go at making some wisps, similar to as if you would make leaves or petals from a flower. So there's a drop of magenta, there's a drop of alcohol, there's the airbrush, there's one, another one there, little dab there, just put a bit of alcohol there. And this is on Yupo paper. Everything I'm doing at the moment is on Yupo paper. Another little drop there. I just want to spread the ink about a little bit more here. Move it there. Okay. Put another drop of that there. There we go. And to be honest, what you've got there is just a couple of little flowers. Quite abstracty little flowers. And you could just use a little bit of green. And this is rainforest green, and as you know, I'm colourblind, so I haven't got a clue if this is the sort of colour that you would use for a stem. Okay, so, and you can just bring a stem down. There's a flower there. Let's dry that off a little bit. You can just do another one there. And then a little stem there. And there you've got an abstract version of just a couple of flowers. I am absolutely adoring this airbrush. It was so inexpensive. It cost £28, and for the fun that you can have with it, I think it's absolutely great. And if you don't like here, if you don't like that, those sorts of areas that are on there, you can just put a bit of alcohol ink on a piece of tissue paper, and you could almost get rid of those. Or what you can do with a little bit, oh, do you think there was some different colour on there by any chance? You can merge that in. Or what you can do is you get a bit of alcohol ink or a cotton bud. I haven't got any clean cotton buds at the moment. And you could put a bit of alcohol ink on there like that, and you could just go over around the edges and soften that all off so it even looks a little bit more abstracty as well. And then just blend that all in as background. There we go. As I said, I just love to play around, and what you're really seeing is my attempts at playing around. So we will just slightly touch on that green there and let that evaporate off a little bit. Let's just run over that a little bit, so give that a bit of a blend. Okay, and then they become very abstract flowers. Okay, so this time I'm going to try, I've got a longer piece of Yupo here that I've cut. I'm not sure what size it is. Let's have a look, because I didn't really cut it to size. So it's just over 4 inches by just over 12 inches, and that's 10.5 centimeters by 32 centimeters. You can tell I'm quite precise. So what I'm going to use here, my first flower is going to be Senorita Magenta. I'll put a bigger dob on this time. Bigger dob. Bit of alcohol ink. Bring that down there. Another bit of alcohol ink there, bit there. So I'm going to bring that down into here. I love how this magenta dries. There. Another bit there because I want it a bit darker there. There we go, and that will layer it as well, give it a bit more layering. Not quite sure what's going on with that bit, so let's do another one there and let that bleed into that. And actually, I'm not going to put any alcohol ink on that one at all. I'm just going to keep that quite dark and wispy. And then I'm going to put a tiny bit of alcohol ink there. Tiny bit of magenta on it. And blow that into there. So that's one. The next colour I'm going to try with is the sapphire blue. And this is quite a dark colour, so a bit of that there, a bit of that alcohol there. I want to make the ends of this one quite wispy. Put there. Let that run into it first. Put a bit there as well. That doesn't seem to be filling up that little bit. I'm going to put a bit there and apply that through there. It might very well be because I'm holding it too close. Just put a bit there, let that activate that ink. Okay, there we go. There's a bit of layering. Now I'm going to try with the Sunbright Yellow, and these are all Pinata inks that I use at the moment, and this is quite a liquidy one. So a bit more in there. Make it a bit wispy on the ends. Okay, now I'm going to put a little bit of alcohol on this as well, just give it a bit of patterning. Okay. That's that. And as it, you can't control this stuff like you want to control things, and that's the fun thing about it, is there's not really any control. It does its own thing. And then what I've got here is some sangria. I have, again, no clue what colour that is. Being colourblind, I'm going to put a bit of colour on that, a bit of alcohol on that. Oh, my shed door's just blown out and it's quite windy here today. Oh, and see, I've spread that over everywhere, but that's fine. That'll dry in, give it a bit of a background. We can blend that in by just popping a bit of alcohol on it and blowing that away. So, and that will just merge with that. The dots might stay there, but there you go, you can't see so many. Maybe put a bit more yellow on that. There we go, and you could clean these bits off with a cotton bud. So this is still the sangria I'm using here. I quite like the sangria, it's quite a nice colour. Don't know what it is, but it is quite nice. I'm going to put quite a bit of alcohol on there. Now I want to protect that a little bit and bring that out. Make them a bit more wispy on the ends. There we go. So let's just turn that airbrush off so it's not making a lot of noise. Put the lids back on my colours. And if you what you can do now is you can think, well, where would the stems be coming from? So if you want to put some stems in, I've got some forest green. Don't know if that's the right colour for a stem, but it'll do for me. So actually, I do believe Then my first stem should be naturally, looks like it's coming there, so it needs to be thicker there and then come down and then be quite and thin out as it goes down. There we go, so there's a stem. On this one, I think that looks like it's got 2 flowers in it, so I'm going to have a little stem there and come out there. And we'll spread out, and I've mixed this with alcohol ink. This one is definitely coming from here. So there's a stem coming through from there. And remember, they're abstract flowers, so it's absolutely fine. They're not perfect. And this one I'm going to put here. Okay, it's going to go to there and then come back out of there. This one, I'm not quite sure about this one. It didn't quite work how I thought it would, but it doesn't matter. It looks like it's coming from the page there, so that one is just going to go all the way there. And if you want a bit more contrast, so I'm going to put another bit over there like that, just to give it, make it look like there's some shadow. So the light is coming from this way rather than there, because the shadow's there. So I'm not always great at predicting this. I'll put a bit there. That really should be there. And that would all be like that. Blend this in a bit more. More there. And play around a bit more there. And there we go. You've just got some quite easy drawn flowers that you could put anywhere. You could do a background first, but really what I wanted to just show was how you could create some flowers, some petals using the ink. You don't have to put the green down, you could just have it there. So thank you very much.